Good morning, everybody. Now I'm listening to the speakers out here, and I can share some of the things which, from the eHealth side, what we are doing on eHealth. Now we talked about more that how do we interact with SMS and how do the doctor prescribes over the mobile or a GPRS-based kind of a diagnosis they wanted to give or recommendation of medicine. While I was doing this and going through and discussing with a lot of state governments and doctors, and one of them was telling me that in today's world in metro like Delhi, Pune or Mumbai, when the patient get admitted because of the wrong kind of incisions or treatment by the doctor, the patient dies. And there has been complaint, and there are so many things happen over there. Now we are talking of prescribing somebody with patient over SMS. So this is too scary. So there is something which I like to say, that we in Airtel has not ventured out to prescribe anything over the SMS or a GPRS to a patient directly by a doctor, unless their history has been recorded and the patient sign off that, okay, this SMS which I have received by a particular doctor would not be liable enough. So there is we might be a carrier between the patient and the doctor, but at the same time we want to make sure that, whatever we suggest to anybody to adapt as a technology, it should not have a flaw. And tomorrow the patient or a doctor are in big trouble of sending the information or gathering the information. By keeping that in mind, we have gone ahead and done something for the rural sector, which is primarily from government to government. Now, in rural, you must be finding out there are a lot of people known as the Anganwadi workers. And whenever I visited about 400 villages in last 1 year, before we launched these services, and I find it out that the villagers generally believe that Anganwadi worker more than a doctor who walks into that village and starts giving him the advice, because this Anganwadi workers are generally treated or respected by these villages as elderly persons, and they take care of everything. So it is not only the healthcare they suggest, but they talked about many things which can be helpful to the villagers. So I'll keep my discussions about on that basis, but I'll touch base that what we are doing on R&D now with different partners who are coming and helping us. So in a health ecosystem, one is government agency, one is doctor, one is patient, and the enablers is us. So we try to enable this three things together, so something can come out of it. So that is the objective, benefits, the role, mobile services, and eHealth and Anganwadi projects. So this is what I have done, a pilot, where we have developed an applications, very low-cost handsets, that's less than $1,000, and the language is localized. So the Anganwadi workers, if he doesn't understand or if he doesn't understand the English, and they will be very comfortably doing on this localized language. Today we can give this application in any language you want, any language in Indian language you want. Second thing what we have done is that we created, this is a snapshot which I am giving, that it can be done in Hindi, it can be done in Bengali, it can be done in Oriya, it can be done in Gujarati, you name it, this application can be there. This application is primarily developed by consultation about 16 to 17 rural doctors, and make a question and answer kind of a thing, that how do they treat the villages in a rural community of India. So this has been given on a low-cost handset device. So there are a series of questions, yes, no, ha, na, whatever you said, and this is generally captured and send it back to a web portal. So web interface is there. So when the doctor views it, the patient has a unique ID. What my friend says, that how the information is gathered, and the patient ID, the name and the date and the status is registered or not registered. If he clicks one of this ID, the doctor will get the entire history about what the Anganwadi worker has keyed in on that. And based on that history, or based on that information, the doctor prescribes the medicine. Here what we talked about prescribes, or this is a patient details he sees, and then he prescribes the medicines. So I do not know, I would like to discuss with my colleagues here, but whenever I walked into a state government and tried to talk to their doctors, that what kind or what level of medicine you are going to recommend to a patient. So the next question, the answer is always that, we will not like to, somebody, if they suspect that it is an heart element or it is something related to liver or something like that, they would not prefer to prescribe the medicines the way it has been prescribed. So the first step of recommending a medicines is primarily, generally you walked into a healthcare center in a village, public healthcare center in a village. So there is a semi-doctor who sits, sometimes 99% of the time you will not find a doctor is there. So there is a person who was half-trained doctor is generally prescribed the medicines, take crocin or take this medicine or that medicine. It is elementary medicines, has been diagnosed by it. And after that, it takes to the next steps, and the test happens, and the test get uploaded again on the web, which I have showed it in the back. So this is what we do, and there are a couple of devices again which is there, and somebody says that to capture more about the health card and all that stuff. So we have this kind of an instrument which take care of it. Though there are two things we are right now is doing is that we are trying to do a pilot right now. The patient can speak on the phone and it convert to a text and go back to the wave about all his problem is facing. So the Anganwadi workers can go and the patient can directly talk on that mobile, and the entire thing converted into a text and go back to the web interface where the doctor can see as if he has asked so many questions. The second one, which we are right now as investing and trying to do a pilot, is that we are developing a chair which will be given to a village or one or two. The patient is there and is all strapped over there and different kind of body parts. So it gives a complete ECG, blood pressure, sugar, you name it, and it can transmit it through a GPRS SIM. So we don't need a thick pipe to transfer this information. So today it is on pilot. We are testing it again and again. It's been successfully done. The whole information is getting transferred through a GPRS SIM. So that chair has been equipped with a modem, which has a GPRS SIM. And once the patient is there, he strapped it across whatever is required, and the entire body scan happen and is fit back. So this is all I can say. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.